everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is I'm watching The Midnight Club, Season 1, Episode 5.
See you later.
It was the Flanagan number 5.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring that up because I didn't want to jinx it.
Oh.
It was a good episode, and it was
5 out of 10 is different than 5 out of 7 or 8.
Well, Hill House was 10.
Was it?
Bly Manor was 9.
Okay.
But he has a reputation for like landing the 5th episode. And so having not seen the rest of it, I do think that this episode was notable in that it wasn't horror. Or it's certainly minimal on horror, which I like. I think we were off screen when I said this earlier, but I was like, I would really like to see him do something like fantasy or whimsy or adventure.
Yeah.
I'm curious what that might look like.
We were talking about Brian Fuller just a couple minutes ago, and I was like, imagine a collab between the two of them. Ugh.
It might collapse in under its own weight.
But the world might collapse on it.
This was a good one. I suppose I understood it. I need to draw a line.
It's like, it's time traveling.
No, it was Amesh's death day, which is they told him he had a year to live.
Yeah.
And he made it the year. And so they celebrated and they had like a birthday funeral thing.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I always thought he was kind of cute. I'm being thrown. So I'm a hair person. I know that's shocking. But I'm being thrown by the terminalness of all these kids. Yeah. And so once in his story he had hair, I did think he was
He's
very
super cute. Yeah.
Also,
I think he's super cute. I don't think that he's going to turn into Rahul Kohli.
Also, my queen Sherry continues.
Oh my god!
Continues to deliver,
but like in an actual sweet way. Yeah.
She got a wig made for Ilanka from like we suppose that it's like a big deal, prestigious
fancy person,
wig maker. And then she also
got Amesh the PlayStation.
Right. So, because she's got to have some kind of connection.
Her dad's shooting something in Japan, and he's got a lot of friends at Sony.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's so
I was
nice.
A little worried that she was... It's that thing when people are like giving away their like their prized possessions, and you're like, oh
no!
I was like, Sherry, come on now. But because of all of the ones, I feel like we have the least of She hasn't told a story yet either, has she?
I think it's gonna be later.
Okay.
Also, she's only interacted with the other kids. She has no parents that came to family day. I don't recall another adult having spoken words directly to her. Mark did say something to the soaps. That's right. Okay, never mind.
I think we might.
I was almost onto something.
I think we might be like looking a little too.
Sure,
deep,
I think so too.
This one might be a little bit more straightforward, but
still though.
And we did pick up where we left off with Anya. She woke up and could still see the shadow, at least initially.
It was scarier, too.
Really, it's finding ways.
Also, she's sort of coming down. I don't know that she was doing enough to have, like, withdrawal symptoms, but if she's coming down from, like, an OD of morphine, she could still be hallucinating.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, she's not.
Yeah.
That thing is real. But, and she did sort of have a bit of a moment with Ilanka where she like broke down and was vulnerable, and we did get confirmation that a lot of the story, certainly her story, is
semi-autobiographical.
Yeah, because she had a friend Rhett, and in the two Danas it was Brett.
Yeah.
I was curious if we were going to see him again, but and Anya herself was the ballerina and then got into heroin. Ugh. And the statue from her story was real, and it's in her desk. And also, she's indirectly responsible for the death of her parents because they were looking for her, and they slipped on black ice. Their car.
Yeah. No, just on their feet.
We got some backstory with the cult. It was... What is her name? She's a Mike Flanagan.
Asika.
Well, not the Greeks.
Actress. Sure.
Yeah, the only Heige is the only one that I know. She was in Midnight Mass, and she was Dr. Sleep. I feel like I should know her name by now because I like her in both of those things. I thought she was actually very good in Dr. Sleep because she was channeling Shelley Duvall.
That's right. Yeah. Alex Esso.
Alex Esso.
Yeah.
Dr. Sleep was really good and I don't think got the credit that.
No, it's excellent.
So Alex Esso was the leader of it like started off very wellness and then gradually turned into a cult.
Yeah.
But like
with blood sacrifices.
That I was literally about to be like, but like the actual denotation of the word cult.
Cult, yeah.
Not like the way we throw it around willy-nilly these days. Like
no, like Webster's
chanting
Dictionary.
in ancient Greek, sacrificing goats.
Webster's Dictionary defines cult as this.
And it was like women, they were trying to find, the secret for life.
Yeah.
And she had a daughter who she nicknamed Athena, which if she was that into Greek stuff, I don't know why she didn't just go ahead and call her Athena, which that was pinging my Samantha Sloyan as Shasta, because she also knew Greek and she's also into wellness. And
she also didn't, Ilanka didn't finish naming the Roman names for everything, for all of the goddesses. She only did 3, not 5.
I don't know them, so.
I don't either, so.
I'm not gonna look it up. I'm just gonna let it happen. But yeah.
Not sure. I like the ages don't feel totally right because that was happening in the 40s.
Unless they've discovered.
Exactly.
But now we've said it.
Because I have a vibe that Dr. Stanton is Athena. That's my vibe right now. And I've been right about some other stuff.
You have been, and that I think would suit her, the weird tone where it's like she's not good, but she's not bad, but she's not like she has this like quality where she feels benevolent, but if
also the kids have made more than one comment about like what happens to the bodies after they like go down to the morgue, and I guess that was in this episode because they were all high, so they kind of wrote it off. But it was like the kids that are behind seemingly don't ever go to the funerals of the other children. So I think it could be
interesting.
Yeah.
But and in that scene again, I think I just think Alex Esso is pretty good because I liked the slow pan on her. Like I made a mistake.
Did I? Yeah. Maybe
really
not.
So the story was Amesh's. It was a high stakes, end of the world time travel story.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Orchestrated pretty well.
I was also partially right about it, that it was like an Ender's Game type of vibe.
I did start to drift in the middle a little bit because we'd been doing this for 5 hours straight, and throwing on top of that anthology, it's sort of like, how many times can I meet and care about characters that look like each other, like look the same? Although the Rahul Kohli of it all did give us a nice jolt. Woo! And not for nothing, I like the other guy too.
Yes, yeah.
He was the mayor in Midnight.
His name is Michael Trucco.
Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
So that's do you got the story?
Yes. So at some point in the future, Jake had already died, but he and Becky and Ray were like, they all knew each other, and he had developed this system. He and Becky, I guess, had developed this system that
like
would
gameplay system.
Sort of, but it was real life stakes where like the whole world, or like at least America, had taken their nukes and put them in the air, so they weren't still on Earth. And then Ray, who became president, had instigated an extinction level nuclear war, essentially.
Without Jake there to
like ground him, and Becky like wasn't enough. And so then what happened is somehow there was time travel, and they were able to come back to the time.
Well, something showed up.
Yeah.
That might have been aliens or Valar or Illuminati or something.
Illumini.
There you go, Illumini.
And then maybe angels.
No, they offered a chance to go back and redo it. Yeah. And in doing so, they were able to redo it. However, Becky inadvertently canceled herself out.
Yeah.
But it worked out for the better.
Well, yeah. So basically...
So the moral is chicks ruin everything?
So, Jake was trying to basically get his younger self to help him fix the program. But then once like adult Becky told him everything, he was like, well, I just won't build it. If the issue is that it's built, then I just simply won't build it. And so then she was going to kill Ray, but young Becky pushed Ray out of the way. And she killed herself, essentially. So I thought it worked.
It kind
worked
of
for
really
me.
did.
Yeah.
I am enjoying the stories
Yeah.
with it, and well, with this one, because we borderline got a story within a story within a story.
Because then also in seeing his girlfriend Becky die in front of his eyes, Ray became a more like measured and benevolent president. So
it grounded him
Yeah.
in a way that apparently he needed.
I liked it.
And they couldn't figure out what those things were. And so Amesh decided that maybe they were angels. And in the single most devastating moment to date in this show,
no matter how many of these fucking kids kick the bucket, this is going to be the saddest part of this show.
I gasped.
Because poor Sandra fell asleep.
So she didn't get her angels. It's just relatable.
Yeah.
I have a whole mermaid shelf. It's relatable.
The fact that you have a whole shelf indicates that there is enough pop culture about mermaids to warrant your entire shelf. So
this isn't it. This isn't it either.
That's not all of it.
There's more in this room.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun. We also got an extended additional scene with Alanka traveling through a silent film following still the hungry woman?
Starving woman
into the library, and then she turned into Kevin. We might still need to talk about Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. So that was that.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite things is, and one would hope this would be the point, or this would be the case rather. But it's another thing for it to be successful. I love how the stories inform the characters.
Yeah, I also...
So go ahead.
Well, this is totally, like, a different direction, but it lends itself to Dr. Stanton being creepy and the whole thing being creepy because they are remarkably unsupervised. They're having a bonfire, having pot brownies, and alcohol at the beach.
But always with the attitude like they're getting away with something.
Yeah.
And a part of me wonders, are they actually, or is that just...
Yeah. And they're constantly sneaking downstairs to the library, and you know that elevator makes a fucking racket when Anya gets in it. So, like, I don't know how nobody...
They're all drunk and high. You know they're louder than they...
Of course, yeah. So I think that there's more to it.
I don't want her to be malevolent.
Malevolent.
There you go. As I said it, I was like, nailed that one. But I don't want her to be Maleficent. No, but what I was saying is I like how their stories are so character informing, both in tone and genre, but also in like, because I mean, the assumption is they're late teens, potentially into 20, you know, young adults. And so their grasp on reality is
limited as well.
Is somewhat flimsy. And so the plausibility or the stakes of their stories waver a little bit. And certainly once you get into that crucial third act, you know, a lot of them can start the story, but
100%.
No, it's a lot of fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying it again in a way that I don't know it's going to stay with me.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
It's good. Also, Natsuki kissed Amesh at the end.
Yes.
Yeah. She was like, I don't like that he didn't get the girl, so it was cute. I liked it.
Do you think he was just scared because they're dying?
Yeah, I mean, why would you put extra hurt on yourself or the person that you like?
Oh, no, I get that, but she put it down 3 different times in this episode, and he did not pick it up. Yeah. And so, okay, well, we're going to watch the next one, and then we'll be back.
Bye. Like and subscribe.
Patron!